This is a Proxmox VE host. There'll be a video all about it, but suffice it to say, I'm having problems with the boot drive. And in order to facilitate its replacement, I have had to devolve myself into finding the stupidest possible way to get this to work, because if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid, I guess, is the way that it seems to work. So I'm going to do exactly what I did with that box, and I'm going to set up a temporary machine to run all of the VMs off of this, change the drive, but I'm going to do that in a whole separate video. All the work on this, like I said, will be in a separate video. This video is purely about setting up the replacement machine, which is sitting right here. I've done some basic testing to make sure that it's actually going to work, because it's another one of these Q87-M boards, and these are not known to be a pinnacle of reliability, and I've had problems with 2 different RAM sticks already. For whatever reason, it won't take this one, and it won't take this one either. I don't know why, but they will work with this configuration that you see right here, and seems to even be working at full speed too, so that's nice. But I'm going to have to set this up to my liking, I suppose, and make sure that all the settings are set correctly. And then I'm going to add the boot drive, which is just this random 250 gig drive, temporary, and then this is going to house all the backups, all the virtual machines. Okay, I have set this up the way that I would like it to be set up. Both drives are accounted for and plugged into the correct ports. There's something wrong with this. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's almost like it's cracked in some weird way. And unless it's this lip right here, it's this that's causing a problem, which it could be. But it's a temporary machine, so I don't really care. So the question now is, oh, that's the wrong key. Can I boot to that USB stick? And the answer so far seems to be a resounding no. I can't even plug it into these USB ports. What the heck? Well, that's stupid. Okay. So the question of the day is, we'll run this. I don't know what the MAC address of the Ethernet adapter on this machine is. So I guess we'll find out. Now, it looks like it's finding it here. Maybe. That cable's connected, so I don't understand what's going on. Okay. So I'll give this a static address. Okay. Install. See how long that happens to take. Shouldn't be too long. Okay. It's installed in UEFI mode, I might add. So in theory, it'll end up on my network and function. With some minor configuration. So it should be here. We'll see if it actually is. And there it is. Up and running for the first time. Now the rest of the configuration can be done in software, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to screen recorder to do that, because people love to complain when I point a camera at a screen and set things up. So I will be right back, thanks to the magic of video editing, to show you the conclusion of setting this thing up. Alright, let's go through these options here. This is a single node, standalone. It's going to stay that way. I could cluster them to maybe make transferring a little easier, but that's kind of a pain. I don't really feel like dealing with that. So I'm not going to bother with this clustering thing. I'm not using Ceph. A couple other options here. I don't think I'm going to change really any of these. Yeah, there's not really anything there that I need to change. Storage. I will deal with that afterwards because I think I need to actually do some formatting first. Backup, I'm not going to set that up on this node. I don't need replication. Obviously, I can't because I need to have a cluster. Permissions, not going to deal with any of that. High availability, we don't have. I'm not going to touch the software-defined networking. I could set up the metric server if I really wanted to, but I don't care right now. This is a temporary server. I don't need that. So, now we come to this. And we take a look at what we need to do with this. All of this is fine. Come to the system. That's all fine. None of that needs to be touched. Now, what we need to do with our repositories is we need to add, I don't really care whether I got a valid subscription. I need to add the no subscription repository. And let's see. Probably the same thing with Ceph. Although I don't believe... Oh, yes, I am. So the Ceph Enterprise is in use. I don't want that. I don't need the no subscription, but I'm going to add it anyway. And then I'm going to disable this and disable... Oops, clicked the wrong thing. Disable this. So now we will be getting updates. And there will probably be a lot of them. But I don't think I'm going to worry about that for now. Yeah, maybe I will. Go ahead and we'll just go ahead and install updates. And I'll come back once the node has fully rebooted and everything is up to date. Okay, ran all the updates. All that's good. Firewall, I don't need to touch that. Disks, this is the bit that I need to deal with. So, what we've got is I'm going to wipe this 2 terabyte disk that I don't believe I've used for anything. Certainly not recently. I'm going to initialize it with GPT, of course. And then I'm going to create a directory on that disk. Ext4. We'll call it, I don't know, let's call it temp. And that might take a little while. It actually took less time to do that than I thought it would. But so there it is. There's your mount. There's the disk. I'm not using Ceph. I'm not doing replication. Task history is just this thing down here. Subscription, I don't have one of those. So now what I need to do is I need to transfer virtual machines. So I suppose the easiest way to do that is going to be to run backups of these to my backup server and import them from the backup server, which of course is sitting right here. I'm probably going to need to log back into it. Nope. Kind of surprised by that, but that's okay. All of the backups that I care about are stored here, I believe. Let's take a look. Yes. Those are all stored here. So, what I need to do is I'm going to need to add that data store. So I'm going to go back to data center, go to storage. I'm adding a Proxmox backup server. We'll just call it by the host name. Get the IP address, which I can never remember. I suppose you could use an FQDN here if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm going to fill in the username and the password later. The data store is backup 1. And I'm also going to fill in the fingerprint here off camera. Okay, I went ahead and I hit add. There it is, and there it is on my list now. So really, from here, I just need to go to the machine in question, which is this one. I'm going to do a demonstration just for one of these. We go down to backup. That's this. That was actually already was done today. So that one was done this morning. It's probably up to date. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to run another one. Of course, we'll let that go ahead and do its thing. Alright, that doesn't take very long because, of course, this was backed up, so there's basically no changed data. If I close that, there we can see our new backup. I come down here, and I go to backups. And there I can see my most recent backup that I did today. I'm going to hit restore. Storage, of course, we've only got one choice. All of this I'm going to leave alone. And we'll hit restore. And we'll let that do its thing. Alright, task OK it says. So that's done. Backup has been made. There it is. It should be, restore has been made. And everything should be exactly the way that it was on this other node. It's just the difference is it's now running on this. I don't have to worry about the CPU configuration because this is a newer platform than what the existing server is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut down the existing box. But before I do that, and actually I need to do this anyway because this is a special case. I don't remember which what the IP address of this box is. 51. Alright. So if I do this, come in here and shut this down, which I have to do from here because otherwise it will take forever because it's not configured for ACPI shutdown just from this. It brings up the dialog box and you gotta wait 60 seconds, and I don't feel like waiting 60 seconds, so. But that is now down. It has disappeared off the network. I come over to this. I hit start. And I'm not even going to open the console. I'm just going to let it start. Give it a little bit here. Maybe I will open the console just so we can watch it. There it is. Back online, same IP address, even though it's now on a different box. So everything there has stayed the same. I can close this. I can stop that. The last thing I need to do is I need to come over here with this one. Now that this is shut down, go back to the options and change that to start at boot off. Because I do not want that to start at boot. So. And then the other thing I'm going to do with this box is I'm going to turn off the backup job. And I will actually set up a backup job on the new box once I've got everything moved over. So now I got to do that for all, I don't know how many VMs this is, but I can tell you that it's quite a few of them. So I'm going to do that off video. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. This thing's going to sit here and it's going to run until such time as I can actually get to this. And I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully it's fairly soon. So I can put that back on that shelf and free up some space on this workbench to work on other projects that I need to work on. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them below.